This is Father Okay, this is Father FKN Wrestling. Father FKN Wrestling. You know how we do it on this station here. First things first, I want to give all praises to the Most High. Without Him, I would not be here, and you would not be here either. Okay, let's get into this thing. This is your, I know I'm a little late here, but who cares? Somebody's gonna listen. This is your, September 20th edition, 2019 edition, September 20th, 2019 edition of Impact Wrestling Review. Father FKN Wrestling Style. And I'm here. This is Yondas O'Brien. First things first. We started the night off with a match I want to talk about. I want to thoroughlize I want to give an in-depth thoroughization of this match as best as I can with what I saw. We had Tessa Blanchard and RVD, Tommy Dreamer, Rhino versus OVE. It basically started as an all-out brawl. Everybody fights, and then the bell rings. You see, RVD and Sami Callihan start the match. RVD hit Sami with a rolling lead scissors pin. At one point, Sami get out at the second. Sami Callihan, he got rolled up by RVD in the beautiful lead scissors pin, and at the second, I think it was 1.5 seconds of a count, you saw Sami Callihan kick out. They go back and forth. Sami Tats and I guess Dave Chris, Tessa Blanchard gets in with him, and they go back and forth as well. I'm not gonna stay too long on this match, but you know, I want to try to get it as best as I can. But you also saw Madman Fulton and Jake Chris in this match also, and I gotta make a point that Jake Chris is a hell of a wrestler, man, and his brother too, Dave. The Chris brothers is just as good as the Young Bucks, from what I see. I mean, those guys are very technical, man. Very good damn wrestlers. So I believe that this match ended with Tessa choking out Sami Callihan with a kendo stick. Looked like some type of variation of an STF almost, but you know. So we move on. I guess they're setting it up to where Tessa is gonna no, it wasn't Sami Callihan. I'm wrong. I believe it was Jake Chris that she I think it was one of the Chris brothers that she choked out. Whichever one has the S Division title. And I know they're setting her up to win that thing. I'm really not a fan of that, but whatever. It will boost her credibility within that company, and it breaks records on a whole another level. So you got to give credit where credit's due there, and I wish her the best. Next segment we have is Alicia Edwards versus Taya Valkyrie. Now, in this match, you had Johnny Bravo come out with Taya Valkyrie, Then you had Alicia Edwards coming out with Ace Austin. Because I guess before the match, Alicia asked would Ace be there. He said he would be there. This guy Ace Austin is funny as hell, man. This is actually beginning to be a pretty funny segment. At first, I was a little iffy of where they was going with this, but this is pretty funny. You at one point in the match, you had Johnny Bravo trying to interfere. Ace Austin ditches the sling on his arm, and he jumps on the apron, does a handstand, one-arm handstand, because I guess Johnny was trying to hit him, or something happened, and then he ends up kicking Johnny Bravo in the face. This was hilarious. And then he ended up getting back in his chair, because Alicia lost. She still lost. But he ended up getting back in his chair, and he put his slingy back on like he was hurt. It was funny. Then we ended up getting a segment with the North, which, I'm skipping something. Which they was getting ready to have a party. And right after that, I guess they had a interview with Jimmy Jacobs, and no, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Tennille Dashwood had an interview with Jimmy Jacobs, and she was basically saying that she wants Taya Valkyrie's title, which was a pretty good promo there. Man, I gotta say, the North, I'm loving this tag team. They're very funny. They were going down the hallway saying that they wanted a party, like they were celebrating the fact that LAX is leaving. Because you know how it goes. You feel okay, your biggest competition, if they're leaving, that's great for you. I mean, you don't have too many people coming after your title that's, heavy contenders for it. So it was funny. At one point, they punched one guy. They gave the guy one of them blow toys that you use at one of the party favorites. And you seen Ethan Page tell dang, I forgot the guy's name. I think it's I don't want to get his name. Josh Alexandra. Ethan Page told Josh Alexandra to punch, to make the guy party, basically. So he punched him in the stomach, and then the party favorite blew out. That was hilarious. So moving on, we had Gomersine standing in the ring, and he was basically introducing Shira as the Lion of the Deadly Hit squad. And it was basically Shira and the Deadly Hit squad versus the Demons. That was a pretty okay match. I'm very happy that Shira is back where he belongs. He looks damn good, man. He looks like he's more of a crisp wrestler too. I don't know if that has anything to do with the Performance Center or him just taking a little time off, and, going out to see different other venues. Sometimes that helps the wrestlers. I noticed that. But moving on, Shira actually won that match versus Cody Deaner with a choke slam. No, with the power slam. He went from a choke slam into a power slam. He won the match with a 1-2-3. We had a LAX versus OG Street Fight flashback, which I am gonna miss LAX, man. I think I think Ortiz and Santana is a very damn good tag team. Like I said, you know how I really feel about it. You guys know where I stand as far as them wanting to leave Impact. I think they could have did more. But you know, we have to look forward to the teams that wasn't really getting pushed that much anyways. Like the Rascals. You have the North, which is really good. I think Falaba and your boy TJ Perkins are getting ready to form a tag team too. That would be awesome. You had the Rascals with a match. I have no idea who none of these guys was. I heard one guy's name, which was Toxin. And I know there was one guy with a bandana. Kind of remind me of like what I'm gonna say. This guy kind of he was really good. I think whoever this guy was, he had on like a black bandana. I do not know his name, but I do know that he was really good. He moved in there very well with the Rascals and Trent and Dez. That was a good match. It was just, like I said, I didn't know who the other guys was, so I really couldn't break that down the way I would like to break that down. But anyways, the Rascals won this match. Then we had the Moose basically showing his street fighting capabilities in the streets, actually. Moose, I'm telling you guys now, put the belt on Moose. Give him the belt. He deserves it. He deserves it. He stuck with you guys through thick and thin. He's there still. We got Killer Cross, which don't even know if he want to stay in, which I would not like to see Killer Cross leave. I think they should keep Killer Cross, give him whatever you want to give him. But if he leaves, he leaves. Moose is still there. Austin Aries, gone. Moose is still there. This is one of the very few people that transitioned from football to wrestling and was very successful in it. They need to put the belt on Moose. Moving on, I don't know if this was a glitch or if it had something to do with somebody else's commercial or something, but I seen Jimmy Jacobs. Jimmy Jacobs had an interview with Tanel Dashwood. Like I said, she her and Taya, I guess she really wants to establish herself as being a contender for the heavyweight division as far as the women goes, for the women's division in Impact Wrestling. And you know, if Taya has the belt, then that's whose head is basically at the top. It's Taya, so everybody's gonna go after Taya. I would like to see a match between Rosemary and Taya. But whatever. And I know I mentioned about the Jimmy Jacobs earlier and Tanel Dashwood, but I had to really break that down because I think that's an interesting story. That one, and I like how they have Jimmy Jacobs as being more on screen now. He's a good commentator. Sorry, he's a good backstage personnel. He's good. We have Havoc versus Su Yung. This was a no DQ, no count out hardcore match. Pardon me, basically, and this was a good match. These two really went at it. At one point, Su Yung had a stapler gun, and she basically stapled, fake stapled Jessica Havoc in the thigh, I believe, in the crouch, somewhere there. But we know that wasn't real, but it was a good shot, whatever. They took this match. Jessica Havoc ended up winning with a tombstone power driver, and I guess Su Yung wasn't done, so they ended up taking this match all the way to the backstage where I guess Su Yung died, and then she came back to life. Whatever. It's it's pretty funny. I like where they're going with it, but we're gonna see. You had the last match of LAX in Impact Wrestling, which was against Rich Swann and the Mac. This was a damn good match. You could tell why these two love working with each other. It's very, very awesome. So I will miss LAX, and I do look forward for all of the new teams and future stars that are going to be in Impact Wrestling. It's a couple other things I want to get on. I was talking about the fact that there's a guy, I don't know if that was intentionally done, but it's like they did a package for a guy by the name of Johnny Swinger. If you guys are into wrestling, you know that Johnny Swinger, if they're talking about the same guy, which it looks like the same guy, Johnny Swinger is a pretty seasoned wrestler. This guy was in, he actually wrestled on WWE a couple of times back in the days. I remember. If I'm not mistaken, he had a match against K-Quick. This is when R-Truth was K-Quick. For us old wrestler fans, wrestling fans, whatever. That was April 14th, 2001. You go find that on YouTube and look up Johnny Swinger. He's actually pretty damn good, man. He's gonna be a good addition to the roster. He looks more like a heavyweight finally. That's what we need. We need heavyweight guys, and we need another belt. Bring back the television title, man. Bring a United States title to Impact. That's the only problem I have with Impact Wrestling. As of right now, as it stands. This was not a bad show. This was a good show. Everybody knows that I love Impact, but I have to be fair. If I'm gonna judge everybody else, I have to judge Impact Wrestling too as a quarter. They could have did better a little bit in a couple of different things, but overall, this was a damn good show. Of course, in time, I know the show is going to get better. That's why I give them time, because I know I have to be just as patient as Don Callis or Scott D'Amore will be patient coming into a company that was damn near on the threads of falling, So, with that said, we're going to end this with that. And that's it for me. This is motherfucking... What time is it? It's 12:33. Fucking wrestling. That's the longest break I ever had. See you later. Check me out on YouTube. Check me out on Spotify. Thank you. Guys, you know what? I want to tell you, before I leave here, I want to tell you about this app. It's called Anchor. Anchor actually lets you record your podcast for free, and they distribute it for you. As far as to some of the biggest podcast listener names like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you guys can name it. So shout out to Anchor, man. Thank you for this opportunity. And I'll see you guys later. Holler at me. This is Fucker.